Do you believe in people? You feel it, don't you? That creeping sense that something's off, but you can't quite figure out what. Maybe it's a person in your life who always seems to get what they want. Subtly, effortlessly. They speak with confidence, charm your world, and leave you wondering, how do they always get their way? But there's a deeper layer to it. What if I told you that person isn't just lucky or skilled? They could be playing a game you're knowingly part of, and you've just been handed the losing card. This isn't a movie. This is your life, and there's someone in it, maybe even close to you, who's treating it like a chessboard. The game isn't about power or wealth, it's about something much deeper: control. The kind of control that doesn't need force, doesn't need loud commands. It's subtle, smooth, and completely hidden. These are the people you might not even realize are manipulating you. They're often the ones who say, "I just want the best for you." But behind that smile lies a mind that's already 2 steps ahead. They know how to use your trust, your fears, and even your deepest desires against you. At first, it feels like care. Maybe they're always there for you, listening to your concerns, offering advice when you need it. But then, without warning, something shifts. You start doubting yourself. They seem to be right more often than not. They've turned you into someone who seeks their validation, their guidance. The lines between help and control blur, and you find yourself in a web, tangled and unaware of how you got there. And before you know it, you're playing their game, moving when they say move, feeling what they want you to feel. This is manipulation. This is what a Machiavellian does. Let me tell you a story. And pay attention, because in a few minutes, you might realize you've been in this exact situation. A few years ago, a close friend of mine had the world at their feet. Everyone loved them. They had the charm, the wit, and a way with words that made you feel like you were the most important person in the room. But there was something off. They always seemed to get exactly what they wanted, but never outright asked for it. Instead, they created an environment where you felt obligated to give it to them. It started innocently enough. They'd compliment me, genuine-seeming compliments, about my career, my personality, and my choices. They made me feel like I was on the right path, like I was making the right moves. At first, I didn't think much of it. But slowly, I began noticing that when they compliment me, I'd start to do things they wanted, without even thinking about it. It wasn't obvious, not like some sleazy salesperson or a manipulative partner. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but the more I reflected on it, the more I realized they were subtly guiding me in ways I didn't even understand. They knew how to make me question my own judgment. If I did something they disagreed with, they'd never call me out directly. Instead, they'd ask questions like, "Are you sure that's what you want?" Or, "Do you think that's the best choice for you?" The more I thought about it, the more I doubted myself. It was like they were planting seeds of doubt without even trying. They made me feel that my decisions were either flawed or not as great as I believed them to be. The next thing I knew, I was turning to them for advice more and more, trusting their judgment over my own. Tell me what to do directly. It was never about forcing me into a decision. It was about making me feel like I was making it myself. They didn't control my actions by telling me what to do. They controlled my actions by making me feel that their way was my choice. That's the thing about Machiavellian manipulation. It's not loud, it's not aggressive, it's sneaky, under the radar. And the worst part? You don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. The people who practice these tactics are masters of subtlety. They know how to push your buttons in a way that makes you think you're in control while they pull all the strings. You've probably been manipulated before without even realizing it. Think about the last time someone made you feel guilty for not doing something, or convinced you that their way was the only way. The trick is so seamless that by the end of it, you start to wonder if your own choices were really yours at all. And here's where it gets even darker. Manipulators don't just prey on your weaknesses. They know your desires better than you do. They don't manipulate you with threats. They manipulate you with promises. They make you think that what they want is exactly what you want. They tap into your deepest needs, validation, affection, success, and offer it in exchange for loyalty, trust, and ultimately, control. Take, for example, a romantic relationship. It starts with love, passion, and chemistry. You're swept off your feet by someone who seems perfect for you. They listen when you talk. They make you feel special, and they know exactly how to make you feel like you're the only one that matters. But over time, you begin to realize something unsettling. They don't want to just love you. They want to own you. They subtly isolate you from your friends, telling you that they're the only ones who truly understand you. They make small criticisms that chip away at your self-esteem. They play on your insecurities, making you feel like you need them to feel good about yourself. It's not love anymore. It's control disguised as love. You may think, that's not me, that's not happening to me, but think about it. Manipulation doesn't always come with loud signs. It can be small things, subtle remarks, compliments with hidden motives, or offers of help that feel too good to be true. And it can happen to anyone, even the strongest, most independent person. There's a reason Machiavellianism is so dangerous. It doesn't use force or direct control. It uses psychology. It uses manipulation. And it works because we're all vulnerable in ways we don't even realize. But here's the thing, it's not hopeless. Once you understand the game, you can play it better. You can spot the signs of manipulation and begin to protect yourself from people who are playing you for their own benefit. You don't have to be a victim of manipulation. Once you start recognizing the tactics, you can distance yourself from the people who are using them. It's about regaining control over your own mind and emotions. But that requires awareness. And it requires you to see the world as it really is, not as it's been painted for you. And that's why this is so important. We live in a world where manipulation is everywhere, from social media algorithms that know exactly what you like, to people in your life who know exactly how to push your buttons. But you don't have to be a pawn in someone else's game. You can take control back. What will you do about it? But to do that, you need to become aware of the game being played. Stay tuned for more, because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to protect yourself from these manipulative tactics and how you can spot a Machiavellian from a mile away. But for now, take a moment to think. Are you in control of your life? Or is someone else pulling the strings? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. The next video is going to change everything you think you know about manipulation, but you don't because you are being manipulated.